Yeah. They're going to beat you as well. They're going to win the cup.
Yeah, yeah. They have a new champion year.
Not Brazil.
Well,
Sottano.
many years the member of the family having another winery in another place, near to here, but with another concept about the wine. Yeah. Now the actual owner are the three brothers, Mauricio, Pablo and Diego. And they are young people because they have 39, 40 and 37. 37 Mauricio. Yeah.
Sometimes you can develop a niche product. So far, nobody else has come up with a rival for this. The guy has, if you turned it over and saw the back of it, he's got 500 patents written on the back. He's got it locked up, the same as Tetra Pak has in the food business. And it's a lead pellet with two nylon-lined tunnels which go through it, different angles. And you put it on, and there's a special pair of pliers, like that, which no, but yeah, I mean when you put it on, but there's also a set of pliers where you can just do this, and it will automatically tighten it.
Oh, that's neat.
Right, because the wires. See, this one is here are only hand tied because all they're going to do is to support these vines in the upright position, hence vertical shoot positioning. Whereas that one down there is called the fruiting wire, and that's got to carry the weight of the vine and the fruit. So that one's got to be rigid tight. So you can put these pliers in and automatically will tighten. Right, and the guy so far he hasn't got a competitor. What a successful
grapes in the pathway. And we have two steps of selection. The first one is about the machine. That is the machine that we introduce in the middle. We put all the bunches into the conveyor belt. Then in that machine we start to separate the stem with that is the crusher, the stem. We separate the stem with the entire grape. The last step of selection is the grape by hand because we have a white belt there. That is the final grape that we use to make premium wine. And when the architect makes this building, the architect is the owner. One of the brothers are an architect and designed this building with the idea to try to continue working like that. That is the reason that now we show you the other section. That is the fermentation tanks. It stays 1.5 meters underground. And when I have a grape, we can continue growing by gravity and make it grow by gravity, but still introduce the pumps for trying to sell in a fast way.
Yes.
Why? You have different conceptions.
Yes.
Everyone maker make different. Think different. Just Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is always the last grape that we introduce into the oak barrels. And about our fermentation is a normal fermentation for red wines. We introduce all the grapes in the top of the tank, and the first week we need to change the temperature because the harvest is in the summer. During the summer here it's very hot, like a 37, 38 degree every day. And we change the temperature in a fast way because it is cold water instead of this one. It's a shacket that we have a cold water in a circulation fermentation. The technical name of the process is cold maceration. Cold because we change the temperature, and maceration because in that moment it started we start to appear two different sinks. The liquid part and the solid part. The liquid part starts to appear in the basement of the tank, and on top of the tank starts to appear the rest of the skin part of the seed with a lot of sugar. It looks like a big cake, one big cake, because it's we call cap because cover all the sacrifice of the tank. And then we need to, when I finish the cold maceration, we need to introduce the cap, and we need to make a mix between the liquid and the solid part. We need to introduce it's a similar situation when you make the bag of tea, when you introduce the bag of tea in the cold water. First lay the color, the flavor, that is necessary.
Just before we move away, if I can, the machine outside is producing hot water. This barrel is sitting on top of the spike, and on top of the spike is a revolving head.
You know what is the process to make this one? It's just for water inside. For water? 90 degrees. So the cleanup will take the rest of the sediments because we use first and second can use out for our Sottano lines and reserve line. Not necessary that we clean every 2 months.
So you can see it coming out of the barrel a little bit when it spins.
Yeah,
it spins.
Steam.
Yeah.
Dos minutos, 2 minutes? 2 minutes?
Tres.
3 minutes. Right. And essential.
Yep.
Sometimes you see in the market an expensive one because you need a lot of people and a lot of lots of to make the final product. Expensive elements of barrel. Because now we're very big house here in Argentina. When you make a list about the product, you make wine, you have expensive bottle, expensive score, expensive bottle, expensive label. The wine is really cheaper if you compare with the. We consider the rye if we make Malbec because Malbec is the 80% of the total production, and we produce 200,000 liters. But this full capacity of this section is 700,000 liters. The final idea is that to use the full capacity at the end of the 2015. At the moment we introduce in the empty space another customer. We offer the facilities to make wine.
Yeah.
The idea is try to reduce the customer at the end of the 2015 and try to.
And so when you do that, the different process. Do they have a different process than you use, or they use the same process?
Normally are different.
The floor of the tasting room, you see the barrels being washed out.
And we receive all the barrels that we receive in that way, ready for use. America, France. We use